Dear students, welcome back to our online learning session. Now, in our previous lectures, we have learned what is curve fitting, we have learned basic statistics and various formulas of basic statistics. Now, let us move towards the new concept and new chapter of our syllabus, that is interpolation. In this lecture, we will move towards the introduction of interpolation. We will see what is interpolation. We will learn about the finite differences, and we will learn about on the examples and formula of Newton's forward formula. Now let us see what is interpolation. The procedure to find the intermediate value of y from the given values in the table is called interpolation. Interpolation can also be defined as a process to read in between the two lines. See, if you say in simple words, we can say that if there are suppose 100 values given to us in the interval of 5, okay, suppose 5, 10, 15, 20, such values are given to us for equal and unequal interval. If we want to find the value of any particular value from the between of the interval, suppose if the interval is 0, 5, 10, 15 and so on, if I want to find the value of 2 from the table, we can use the various formulas for the same. Okay, from if we want to find the value from the starting of the table, then we use forward interpolation formula. If we want to find the value from the ending of the table, then we use backward formula. And if we want to find from the middle of the table, then we use central difference formula. For forward formula, we have Newton's forward formula. Now next is finding the value of a function outside the range of the independent variable is called extrapolation. So if our table is from 0 to 250, and if I want to find the value of 251, then that particular method is called extrapolation. Now let us see what is finite differences. To obtain the values of fx for some intermediate value of x, or to obtain the derivative of fx for some x in the range x0 less than x less than xn. The methods for the solutions of these problems are based on the differences of the function. Now to determine the value of fx or its derivative for some intermediate arguments, the following are three types. Just we have discussed forward, backward and central differences. Now forward difference. Forward difference is denoted by this symbol is delta and is defined as delta fx equal to f of x plus h minus fx. See, we will be given the values of x and y, and we are naming it as x0, x1, x2, x3 and so on, and on the y side we are taking y0, y1, y2 up to yn. So when we are using forward difference formula, we are taking the upper values. Each value from the top will be taking, and we will need to remember this here formula, delta fx equal to f of x plus h minus fx. Okay, same way we will move towards the backward formula. Backward difference is denoted by nabla, and the formula is nabla fx equal to f of x minus f of x minus h. And see here, see in the previous one you can see all the first values are y0. In the backward formula you can see here all the ending values are of last term. Okay, and central difference is denoted by again delta and is defined as del of fx equal to f of x plus h by 2 minus f of x minus h by 2. And see, here we are taking the average of the suffix. See, 0 plus 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2. 1 plus 2 by 2, 1 plus 2 by 2, that is 3 by 2. Same way, 2 plus 3 by 2, that is 5 by 2. This is the term, right? Again, if we move towards delta square, you can see here, we will take the average of this 2. 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2 divided by 2. This will be 4 by 2 by 2. So, see here, 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2 upon 2. Okay. So, you get here 4 by 2 by 2, and this is equal to 1. So, this is 1. Same way, we will take here averages and will complete the table until we are getting the single term over here, right? Now see, nabla is the backward operator, we know. Delta is the forward difference operator. This del is central difference operator. And next is shift operator, that is e raised to n fx equal to f of x plus nh. And next is average operator, that is mu. So mu of fx equal to 1 by 2 f of x plus h by 2 plus f of x minus h by 2. You will need to remember all these formulas. Now let us move towards some of the result which are usually asked in our examination, and you also need to remember this result. Our first result is E equal to 1 plus delta. Now we know the formula for E. What is the formula for E? E raised to fx equal to f of x plus nh. Okay, we will use this here. And we also know the formula for delta. Delta fx equal to f of x plus h minus fx. We have to prove LHS equal to RHS. Now let us start here from delta. Now we will take delta on both the sides of this f of x plus h minus fx. See, now this f of x plus h can be written as e of fx minus fx, right? We will take e fx common over here. In the next term, you get e minus 1 into fx. Now here we are having delta of fx. You can see here fx can be cancelled out. So we get delta equal to e minus 1, which again implies e equal to, you can write delta plus 1. So remember this result and also the proof. Same way, let us move towards the next part. Nabla equal to 1 minus E inverse. Now the formula for nabla is nabla fx equal to fx minus h, right? Now see, if we are writing e raised to n equal to f of x plus nh, then e raised to minus n can be written as f of x minus nh. So here we are having inverse over here. So you can write e inverse fx equal to f of x minus h. Now see, here we are having f of x minus h. We can replace this by e inverse. So this will be converted to nabla fx equal to fx minus e inverse f of x, right? Now we will take fx common from the next step, and you get here 1 minus e inverse. Now again, if you remove this fx from both the side, we get nabla equal to 1 minus e inverse, and hence we have proved this result over here. Now next proof. Nabla into delta is equal to delta into nabla is equal to delta minus nabla. Again here we have to prove LHS equal to RHS. See, we will start from here and we'll prove this over here. Okay. So now see, first we are taking delta into nabla fx. We have to take the function, right? So first I am keeping delta as it is. I am using the formula of nabla. So nabla fx equal to f of x minus h. We have just seen now. Now what I will do is I will multiply this delta with the whole bracket, right? So we get delta fx minus delta of f of x minus h. Now I will put this delta as it is, because see here this delta is as it is. What we have to get now? We have to get here nebula, right? So now in place of delta f of x minus h, we can use the formula of delta. So the formula of delta fx is what? F of x plus h minus f of x, right? So here is if you consider this as our x, so we'll here add plus h, and we'll keep the function as it is, right? Now this h will get cancelled, so you just get f of x and the rest terms will be as it is. Now again you know that this formula is of nebula f of x. So delta fx minus nebula fx, again you take fx common over here, so you get delta into nebula equal to delta minus nebula. In the same way you can prove this other part, right? Now let us take one more proof. Delta plus nebula is equal to delta upon nebula minus nebula upon delta. Now here we will start from RHS side. Okay, we are starting from this portion. Now you take the LCM over here. So you get delta into delta, that is delta square. Same way here you take nebula into nebula, that is nebula square, and when we are taking LCM, this both will be multiplied, right? Now here we can use one algebraic formula, a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. Okay, so here use this particular formula, delta plus nebula minus delta minus nebula upon delta minus nebula. Here you can see delta minus nebula will be cancelled out, so we just get delta plus nebula, which is equal to RHS. So remember this proof again. Now let us see the first formula of the chapter, that is Newton's forward interpolation formula. As we have just discussed in the starting of the chapter, that forward formula is used when we want to find the value from the starting of the given data. Okay, so Newton's forward interpolation formula is for the given set n plus 1 values x0, y0, x1, y1 up to xn, yn. Okay, for x and y, then Newton's forward formula is given by ynx equal to y0 plus p upon 1 factorial delta y0 plus p into p minus 1 upon 2 factorial delta square y0 plus p minus 1 p minus 2 upon 3 factorial delta cube y0 plus up to so on, where p is x minus x0 upon h. Now let us move towards the example. We will understand this in the better way, right? Now find the value of f of 2.3 from the given data. See, we have to find the value of 2.3, and where 2.3 comes, it comes in the starting of the given data, right? So here we will use Newton's forward interpolation formula. First we will construct a table. Now let me teach you how to construct a table. First write values of x and y that are already given to us. Okay, we have written all the values. Now next, our first term will be delta y. Now how to find delta y? Second term minus first term. 8.2 minus 4.2, that is 4. Write in between the lines. So when you are writing it, leave one line in between each and every term. Okay, now next, 12.2 minus 8.2, that is equal to 4. Again 16.2 minus 12.2, that is 4. In every table whichever you construct, you have to minus second term minus first term always. Okay, now next, delta square. Again 4 minus 4, 0. 4 minus 4, that is again 0. So both the values are 0. Okay, so we don't need to go forward towards the delta cube. Now again by Newton's forward formula, we will write the formula till where we will need till delta square. So y0 plus p upon 1 factorial delta y0 plus p into p minus 1 upon 2 factorial delta y square 0, right? So first we will calculate p. Formula for p is x minus x0 upon h. What is x? What we have to find here? We have to find the value of 2.3. So x will be equal to 2.3. What is x0? First value of x, that is x0, that is 2, and h. You can see here there is interval of 2. So h is equal to 2. On calculating this, you get 0.15. Okay. Now we will start putting these values over the equation of Newton's forward formula. Now y and x equal to, first value is y0. What is y0? 4.2. First value of y. Okay. Next we know that p is 0.15 upon 1 factorial. Delta y0 means you have to just check first values in Newton's forward formula, that is 4. Again we will put the values of p over here upon 2 factorial delta y square 0. First value of delta square y, that is 0. On calculating this term, you get 4.8, which is the value of x equal to 2.3. Okay. Let us check one more example. Find the value of sine 52 degree. You have to find here the value of sine 52 degree. You are given the values of theta and you are given the values of sine theta. So first we construct the forward difference table, right? And see, 52 comes in the starting of the table. Okay, so you will, here you are given that you have to find the value of sine 52 using Newton's forward formula. Now see, 45, 50, 55 and 60 x values we are written, and also we have written here the values of y. So what will be delta y? Second term minus first term, again second term minus first term you get here, last term minus second last term you get this value. Similarly you have to go until you are here with the single value. Till the single value arrives, you have to go till that of the table, right? Now again by Newton's forward formula, we have to take here till delta cube. So till delta cube I have written. See how to remember formula. First is p, next is p, p minus 1, next term will be p, p minus 1, p minus 2. Here consecutive digits will write 1 factorial, 2 factorial and 3 factorial. Similarly delta, delta square and delta cube. So again first we will find the value of p, that is x minus x0 upon h. X is 52. Don't take the value of sine 52, just take 52, right? So x is equal to 52. X0 will be first value of x, that is 45, upon h. You are given the interval of 5 over here. Okay, so h equal to 5. On calculating this, you get p as 1.4. Now we'll start putting these values. See, y0 is first value 0.7071. Next we are given first value of p. Next you have to take delta y0, first value from delta. Again for delta square you will take first value, again for delta cube you will take first value. So here you see, you can see here we have taken all the first values from the table, right? 0.0589, 0.0057 and minus 0.777. See, we have taken first values over here. On calculating this, you get the value of y and x as 0.786. Now let us check one more example, bit different from the previous two. Here you have to calculate, determine the polynomial by Newton's forward formula. You have to find the polynomial over here. Okay, so we are given the values of x and y. First we will construct the table. We will write all the values of x. We will write all the values of y. Again, delta last term minus first term. Second term minus first term. Minus 8 minus 10. So minus 8 plus 10, that is equal to 2. Again, second term minus first term. We will construct till the first one term appears in the table. Okay, but here both the terms are 0, so you don't need to go towards delta raised to 5. Now first we will write here Newton's forward formula. Okay, now next we have to find P. So P is x minus x0 upon h. You can see here h is interval of 1, so you are getting h equal to 1. X you have to keep as it is because we have to find the polynomial over here. Okay, whenever you want to find the polynomial, you have to keep x as it is. X0 is first value of x, that is 0. So P you will get x. Now we will put all the values in the Newton's forward formula. X0 is the first value, minus 10. In place of P, everywhere you will keep x. So you get this equation. Now this is 0, so this whole term will become 0. Again, minus 10 as it is. 1 factorial is 1 and this will be 2x. So 2x. This if I multiply x into x will be x square, right? And x into 1 is x. This is 2 factorial is 2, so this 2 will get cancelled and this minus sign I have written over here. Again we will multiply this x into x, x square, x into 1, that is x, and x minus 2. Again I am opening this bracket, so till here the terms will be as it is. Here again if you multiply, you get x into x square into x, that is x cube, this 2x cube. Okay, if you multiply the whole bracket, you get 2x cube minus x square plus 2x. On simplifying this term, taking the like terms and unlike terms together, and you get the polynomial minus 10 plus 5x minus 4x square plus x cube as your polynomial. So students, this was the first formula, Newton's forward formula. In the same way, we will go towards the next backward and central difference formulas in our next lectures. Thank you.